It's called Will He Kiss Me Tonight? Who knows? Maybe she'll tell us in the song. Dream Come True, and that in fact is the B-side of Lena's new single. We played you the A-side just before the 11 o'clock news, and it's called Will He Kiss Me Tonight? Well, in the studio with me right now, we have Lena Zavaroni. Welcome along, Lena, to Downtown Radio.
Hello.
It's lovely to have you here, and I believe you had a super night last night down in Bangor.
Oh, yes, and I really enjoyed myself.
It was a good crowd.
Yeah, lovely people.
Is this your first time to come over to Northern Ireland?
Yes, it's my first time. Yes.
I hope and sincerely it'll not be your last time.
No, so do I.
Well, we're going to open our phone lines this morning, and some of your fans are going to ring you up, and hopefully you'll have a wee chat with them. How long is it, in fact, since you set off on the road of show business?
Oh, well, I started when I was 9. I mean, professionally, you know.
9 years of age?
Yeah.
Were you always a singer and a dancer and always leaping around the house at home?
Well, not really a dancer. I mean, I used to muck about, but I never, ever sort of dreamt I'd ever be doing a bit of dancing at all. I mean, not that I do much now, but it sort of helps, you know.
Well, the way things go in show business these days, you really have to keep the whole thing going, don't you? Well, 9 years of age, that was very young indeed. And then, of course, the big break came in 1974, is that correct?
I think it was 73.
73, with Opportunity Knocks.
Yeah.
How did you come around to go on the programme?
Well, actually, it's a bit of a funny story because I used to watch Opportunity Knocks along with my family. We used to love it, you know. And my mother was watching it one day, and I think there was some relatives and my aunt was in. And they said, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we wrote and put Lena in? Oh, my dad said, oh, don't be so stupid, he said. And, but they wrote in anyway for a bit of a laugh, and I got the audition, and I just passed it, and...
Yes, and you went from strength to strength from then on. Tell us about Hughie Green. What kind of a gentleman's he to work with?
Well, I mean, he's always been very nice to me, and
I suppose with you being so young, I remember watching you on television, seeing this little tiny thing come out onto the stage and everybody else towering way over you. In fact, you are quite small. What height are you?
4'9".
Oh, 4'9", and no chance of any more inches, I'm sure, at this stage. You don't worry about being small, do you?
Not really. I've got used to it. I mean, it doesn't really bother me at all because...
It's rather cute, actually.
Because my mother's the same height as me.
Really?
Yeah.
Runs on the family?
That's right. I mean, my sister's small as well, so... If my mother had been taller than my dad, I'd have thought, God, giants are all round me.
What about your family? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I've only got one sister.
She's younger than you?
Yeah.
How does she feel about having Lena Zavaroni as a big sister?
She's just the same, really. She hasn't changed at all.
I wonder, does she ever get any stick at school about it, do you think?
No, never.
Does she go to the same school that you went to?
Yes.
So, I mean, everybody knows you and...
Yeah.
What is it like when you go back to your hometown?
Well, everybody sort of... When I go back, it's amazing. All the people that I knew, they've all grown up so much and they've changed and they've all gone separate ways from, you know...
Do you keep in contact with any old school friends?
Well, as I say, they've all gone their sort of separate ways, and I see some of them, of course, but not all of them.
Not all of them. Well, Lena, we'll come back and talk some more in a moment or two, and we're inviting you to give us a ring.
I'll take 15050. Come on the line, ring it. Downtown Radio.
It's 12 minutes after 11 and the phone lines are going mad, so we better get stuck into those calls right away. Our first caller is a lady, and that's Jill Barnett. Good morning, Jill.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Good. Well, what would you like to ask Lena?
Well, I'd like to ask her, how does she feel?
Sorry, Jill, have you got your radio on at the moment?
Yes.
Would you mind turning it off, because you're going to be terribly confused if you don't. So if you go away off and turn your radio off and come back when you have it turned off, all right? Have you got it done now? Have you got it turned off? She must be away over the other end of the kitchen to turn it off.
Will I keep the phone here?
Yes, keep the phone there, but turn the radio off. Okay.
Bye.
There we go. Now, could I just say to anyone who is going to ring us this morning, please turn your radio off when you come to the telephone, because not only will it probably deafen Lena and myself, because all kinds of weird and wonderful things happen when you do that. So if you're going to come on the radio, please turn the radio off. Right, we have a gentleman on the line now, and that's Jeff Shields. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Linda.
Well, how are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm just working away here at my old work at present.
Very good. Where's that?
Well, it's a security job, you know.
Oh, well, then you better not give us any details. Okay, what would you like to ask Lena, Jeff?
Well, I would like to ask Lena how long she hopes to be staying in show business.
How long I hope to... Well, that's difficult to tell, really, but touch wood, I hope to be staying in it as long as I can, really. Because, I mean, I enjoy it. I suppose if I did lay off it for maybe a time, I think I'd really miss it. I mean, you don't realise it, but I think I really would.
Yes, it's the same when I go off on holidays. I think, oh, it's great to get away. And then about the second weekend, I say, oh, next week I'll be back at work. Great. It's not really a job, you see, Jeff. It's good fun, too.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy your job?
Well, I enjoy my job. I do a bit of show business myself, although I'm not that professional. I sing with a bit of a group there in bars, etc., you know.
Oh, I see.
I know Mr. George Jones well there, so they
Oh, yes, George from Club Sign, indeed.
And keep your photo here in front of the old desk here. Get a lot of slag in there. I have a photo of yourself and a couple of others downtown.
That's nice. Thank you very much, Jeff. Well, anything else you'd like to ask Lena while you're with us?
Well, no, not really. I think that's more or less all I was just interested in now.
Okay.
You know?
Well, keep tuned this morning, won't you?
Oh, no problems at all, Linda.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Good work up. Cheers.
Bye-bye. And that was Jeff Shields. Right, it's 16 and a half minutes now after 11.
I'll take 15050. Come on the line, ring it. Downtown Radio.
Michelle McDade. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Now, Michelle, what would you like to ask Lena?
I watched quite a lot of her shows when she was on TV, and I was wondering, does she do her own clothes, or she has a special designer?
Well, Lena, do you?
Well, I usually get them made for me, yes, by a special designer.
Yeah.
And they usually sort of make them absolutely, you know, very neat and cut and that.
Perfect fit, in other words.
Absolutely, yes.
I see. And do you have, I mean, can you liaise with the designer and decide you don't like that, or you do, or what?
Well, you can always have a little bit of a say in it, you know. And, but you always know they know the best, you know. But you can say if you don't think the shoulders are, if you think they're going to be too padded or whatever for you.
How many fittings would you have to have normally for a costume for television or stage?
I'd say about 3 fittings.
At least 3?
Yeah.
I see. Any particular colours that you particularly favour for television?
Well, it's very difficult to say, really.
There are some colours you can't wear, is that correct?
Yes, well, you can't wear white on the television because it glares up in the cameras, you know, with the lights and that.
You could maybe get away with a cream which would come up looking almost white.
Yes,
Is that true?
Yes.
Is that all right, Michelle? Anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, could you tell me where our next performance is, or show, after Belfast, you know?
Well, Lena, you're in Bangor tonight and tomorrow night, and then moving to the New Vic in Belfast
Oh,
on
is she
Wednesday.
coming back again on the Wednesday?
Oh, she's not going away anywhere. She's staying with us for the whole week. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I thought it was only last night she was here.
Oh, no, we managed to trap her down for a whole week. So there you are.
That's great.
Okay, Michelle.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 There we go, Michelle McDade, and she was asking us about costumes. What about hairdressing, Lena? Do you decide when you've changed your hair a good bit? Do you decide that, or what?
Well, I usually do. I mean, there was once when my hair was very long, if you
Yes,
remember.
I know I do.
Oh, and it was such a drag. I had to put Carmen's in every day, about 3 times a day. And it just used to flop.
Yeah.
And one day I was so sick of it. Oh, I was absolutely sick of it. And I had this funny dream. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I dreamt that I had short hair. And not really short, but sort of a bit shorter than I'd had it long. And I thought, God, that would be nice. I must have it a bit shorter. So I went to the hairdressers and I said, could you cut my hair a bit short? I said, I don't want it, you know, short. But I said, a bit shorter than it is. And he cut it and he said, you know, he said, that looks about the same. He said, it hasn't changed you at all.
No.
And I sat there and I said, well, what will change me? And he said, just leave it to me. He said, leave it to me. And he cut the whole lot off. And I just stared at myself and I thought, is it me?
But it was nice, wasn't it? Well, I mean, it takes getting used to a new hairstyle.
It does, yeah.
Do you take a hairdresser along with you on a tour such as this, or do you just go to someone local that's recommended or something like that?
No, I go to this Clifford Stafford in London. He always does my hair since he cut my hair very short. And he's really very good, and I always go to him.
You've great faith in him, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Well, when, like, for example, just now, do you look after yourself for this week?
Yes, I look after it sort of. I go there about once a month or whatever, you know.
Right, well, we have another lady on the line, and that's Diane Gower. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
Now, Diane, what would you like to ask Lena?
What would you have done if you hadn't been in show business?
What age are you, Diane?
16.
Sorry, say again?
16.
16? And what would you have done, Lena, if you hadn't gone into show business?
Oh, no, that's very difficult. Because, I mean, I've always sort of sung. I might have just be doing little things, I don't know. Or I might have maybe... I love doing hair. You know, fiddling about with hair and things. Maybe not on myself so much. I like doing other people's hair.
So you might have gone into hairdressing?
Yes, I could have. Really.
I suppose at the age of 9, you hadn't really set your sights on being anything, and suddenly you were in show business, and that was that?
Yes.
You've been lucky, really, haven't you?
Oh, yes, very.
Well, not only luck, talent as well. Okay, Diane.
Could I ask her, would you ever come to Carrick?
Would you... Would you ever come to Carrickfergus, Lena? Carrickfergus, I don't know whether you know what it is. It's down the coast a little tiny bit outside Belfast. You never would know. Now we've got over this once, Diane, we might be able to persuade her to come back again. She's a very busy lady, you know. We'll keep that in mind. I'll mention it to her manager. All right?
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you are. Now, there's an invitation to Carrickfergus for you, Lena. It's a lovely town it is, too, and an awful lot of listeners to Downtown Radio happen to live there. When you are coming somewhere like Northern Ireland or wherever, do you have a manager who says to you, right, Tuesday 3 weeks we're flying here, and it's all organised for you? Or do you have any kind of say in it at all?
No, I have a very good management, and they organise everything for me, and it's usually very good venues and places like that. And
do you have a favourite place? Have you ever played in your hometown?
Yes, I have.
What was that like?
Oh dear.
I bet that was one of the most nerve-wracking ones you ever did.
Well, actually, it was so funny because to get across to where I am, you have to have a ferry to get across.
Where exactly were you born?
I was born in a place called Rothsay, the Isle of Bute.
Rothsay, ah.
And it's an island, and as I say, you have to have a ferry to get across.
Yes.
And when I was doing the concert there, I remember there was no musicians there whatsoever, and you had to get them all across in the ferry.
Oh my goodness.
And each one of them was about 2 hours late.
They couldn't all come at once, I suppose.
No, so you started the show was sort of like maybe 4, and then later on 8 arrived.
Oh my goodness me. A concert with a difference, certainly.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we'll come back and talk some more a little later on. Don't forget the lines are still open on Newton Arts 815050. It's 26 and a half minutes now after 11, and we're going to play a song which I know Lena's fond of at the moment. It comes from Diana Ross. Do you like this kind of new style Diana Ross from
Yes, I do.
the romantic type thing she was doing before?
Yes, I do. I like this record a lot.
Right, well, here we go. Diana Ross and the latest from her called My Old Piano. Don't forget the phone lines are still open on Newton Arts 815050, and we're looking for your calls if you'd like to speak this morning with Lena Zavaroni. Right now it's 11:30, time for news headlines. Linda McCauley is at the news desk. 19 before 12, and a very good morning to Ray Dean. Hi, Ray. Hello, are you there? Hello, Ray.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
There you are. Where were you hiding? Where were you hiding on us? You weren't, were you?
I was nearly fell asleep listening to that record.
Oh, isn't it nice? It kind of just soothes you, doesn't it?
It really does.
Well now, Ray, what would you like to ask Lena?
I would like to ask Lena, is there any reason why all the talent contests have stopped on television, both BBC and ITV?
Well, I'm not really sure about that because I don't really know what's going on, you know, how they plan these sort of talent contests. I suppose they've got to wait till they get more auditions from people and things like that.
I mean, they seem to have come to an end all of a sudden. I mean, we had Opportunity Knocks, and we had the other one on BBC.
Yeah, well, I agree there. I think there should be more because, I mean, they really do pick out the talent, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Let's face it, if it hadn't been for that, I mean, you mightn't have ever got a start.
well, exactly. I mean,
I'm sure you're very grateful to the whole thing.
I am. I mean, the Opportunity Knocks is a great talent show, I thought.
I think that's one of the things, possibly, that Opportunity Knocks was the best. It's very hard to follow up something like that.
Yeah.
Do you agree there, Ray?
I do indeed. There was some terrific stars come from Opportunity Knocks, like
Indeed.
Lena herself.
Yes, Lena, look, Frank Carson, all those
Oh,
people.
yes, yes.
You know.
Homegrown talent and everything.
Oh, yes, support the homegrown project. Isn't that right? Okay, Ray, anything else you'd like to ask?
I would like to ask Lena if she would say hello to my son and my daughter, especially my son,
What's his name?
James,
Hello, James. I'd just like to say.
and Jeanette,
And Jeanette.
Okay.
and Grace, if she's listening.
And Grace.
Thanks very much, Lena.
Okay.
Lovely talking to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much to Ray Dean there for that call. We have another gentleman on the line now, and that's Clifford Bell. Good morning, Clifford. Have we got Clifford Bell on the line, Linda? Have we got Clifford Bell on the line? Hello, Clifford.
Hello?
Hello, Clifford. What would you like to ask?
Lena, how did your mother and father react when you won an Opportunity Knocks?
Well, I think they were absolutely amazed I'd actually won. You know, they couldn't believe it because it was actually my mother took me up, I think, for the first week, and we were actually packed to leave because we never thought anything like that would happen. And all of a sudden we got a phone call through and it said, "Oh, stay, you won." I mean, we just couldn't believe it, and I think they're both very, very proud of me.
Clifford, what age are you?
13.
13. How would you feel if what had happened to Lena happened to you?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Would you say hello to mother and father and my wee brother and sister here at school and my Aunt Edith? I think she would listen, and Keith and the rest of her family, because it's Keith's birthday on Wednesday.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Keith.
Okay, Clifford.
Right.
Thanks for calling us this morning. Why are you... Wait a minute. Why are you not at school today?
I was in hospital for the last week down an operation in the ear.
I was just going to say, I remember you were on with me one day last week, weren't you?
Yeah, with Jill Armstrong.
That's right. And is your ear better now?
I don't know yet, because I'm off school for 4 weeks and I have to go back on the 29th, which is my birthday.
Oh, well, it's a bit of a bad job. You have to go back to the hospital on the 29th. But it's nice being off school for 4 weeks, isn't it? Okay, you enjoy it, Clifford, and thanks for calling.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I remember that young fella was on with me last week, and I asked him then why I was off school. I always get suspicious when I hear young voices on the other end of the telephone, because you always think they aren't where they should be. There's always a good reason for it. During the time, Lena, that you... from the time you won Opportunity Knocks, I suppose you haven't really been at home that very much, have you?
Well, I do get home, I mean, when I've got time off.
Do you have holidays like anybody else? Do you set aside a few weeks a year and say, right, I'm having these weeks off?
Well, now and again. I mean, it depends really what you've got on. You can't really do that a lot because you never know when the work's going to come in.
Right.
And sometimes you've got a lot of work and then a few weeks off and, you know, it just depends how it's going to work out.
Well, when you leave Northern Ireland, what are your plans then?
Well, I'm going to be doing the Basil Brush
Oh,
show.
really?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll be doing Edinburgh. I got to Edinburgh for 3 weeks and I do a show called Lena's Christmas Party
Oh, lovely.
with that Hercules the bear, you know, that big bear?
Yes, I was going to ask you about that big bear. Have you met the big bear yet?
I have met the big bear.
You have met him? Well, what is he like?
Oh.
This is the one that escaped a few months ago,
That's
is that right?
right, yes. Well, he's absolutely enormous. And when I went there to meet it, they said, "Oh, just hang on a minute. He's just eating his prawns." And he had bags of prawns, and he's sitting there eating these prawns and drinking Coke out of a big beer mug.
Go on.
No, and I said, "Well, where does he sleep?" They said, "Well, he's got his own private bus here." And they said, "And sometimes he sleeps in the four-poster bed up the stairs." I said, you're joking. He said, well, just wait a minute. So this bear waddles up the stairs, and...
Does he walk on all fours, or what way does he get about?
Well, it depends. I mean, suddenly he'll be walking on all fours, and the next minute he stands up and wants to wrestle.
What size are you beside him? What height is he?
I felt absolutely, I felt dwarfed. And they said, you've got to sit on this bear, and I was terrified. I thought, well, I've got to do it because all the press are there and everything. I thought, I've got to. So I sat on the bear, and all of a sudden the thing stood up, and I fell right off its back.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness me! That's wild. Well, what are you going to have to do with this bear, or is it a secret?
Well, I've got no idea, and I really don't know what it's going to do, to be quite honest.
Well, I hope that programme will be transmitted nationwide, because we look forward to seeing... is it going to be on television, or is it a stage show?
Well, it could be, but I
you don't know at this stage?
I don't think so.
That's a pity. I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
What's he called? Hercules?
Hercules.
Oh, I don't know. They always say, what is it, stay clear of children and animals and show business. What do you think about that? You obviously don't mind too much.
No, I don't mind.
Different.
I mean, I've never worked with an animal before. It should be different.
Well, there's nothing like starting at the top, is there?
Well...
Right. Lena, we'll come back and talk some more in just a moment. It's now 12 minutes before midday. We're running rapidly out of time. And I think we will take 2 more calls, and then that will be it for today. Coming up now to 7.5 minutes before 12 o'clock. Well, we, as always, seem to run out of time in this programme, so we're going to have a very quick chat with 2 ladies. The first one, Orla Carty. Hello, Orla.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
Grand, I'm grand.
Good. Now, what is it you'd like to tell us? I believe you have a nice wee story for us.
Yeah, well, I'm from Dublin, and actually I'm up here myself on holidays. And I remember when I was in London first, in 1977, and the first weekend I was there on my own, I was wandering around Piccadilly and Leicester Square, and there was a BBC crew there, and I went up to chat to one of the guys because they were filming something in a studio, and I asked him could I go in and have a look, so he said okay, well don't let anybody see you. So he hid me in the seat behind a pillar, and I could see Lena down there, and they were preparing for some type of concert, and she was dressed in a little tuxedo with 2 lads that were acting as clowns, and it was really very funny. I thought this kid was absolutely fantastic. I had never seen her before, and I sat there for an hour, and I saw her chatting to her mother and everybody else. So I just wanted to ring up and tell her I heard her on the radio this morning. I think she's a super person.
Well, there you are now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was really funny. I think you were absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
So when I was lying in bed this morning and I heard you, I said, I must ring up, and just tell you about this incident.
Well, Orla, that was very nice of you. And maybe you'll get along to one of the shows this week.
Yes, it'd be great if I could. Yeah, I'll try.
Okie dokie.
Okay, thanks very much
for
indeed.
calling.
Bye-bye.
And our very, our very final caller of today, Maureen McKenna. Hello, Maureen. Maureen, how are you?
I'm fine today, thank you.
Now, what is it you want to ask Lena?
I wanted to ask Lena, as going into show business so young as a child, does she feel she's missed a childhood? Playing, like I have one 9-year-old daughter, she's my eldest daughter, and she's 9 just now, and she was 4 when she first saw, Lena on the TV, and she's still nuts about her,
Yeah.
Well, I look at this wee 9-year-old, and she's still playing with her wee dolls, and things like this here, and I wonder, does Lena feel that going into show business so young, she's missed that?
Well, I really was always interested in singing more than anything else, and I used to sort of make up little concerts and things, and so I think this is really what I want to do, and I think if you want to do something and you enjoy it, I don't think I've missed out in that way.
Well, the public certainly don't think you've missed out, Lena, and thank you very much indeed to Maureen McKenna for ringing us. Sorry we had such a short time with you, Maureen, but time is running out. Well, Lena, time for us to go, and thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's been wonderful having you here, and I hope that there'll be packed houses every night this week for you.
Touch wood.
Touch wood indeed. I don't think you'll need to touch wood. There's a little lady I'd like you to say hello to this morning. A little lady, in fact, who rang up this morning to take part in our quiz, and she is called Tilly. So if you just say hello to her, she's coming along to see you actually on Wednesday.
Yes, that's very good. Hello, Tilly, and I hope that you enjoy the show, and if you want to come backstage afterwards to see me, you can come back and say hello.
There you are, Tilly. Okay. Lena, once again, our grateful thanks for coming in, and I hope the whole week's a great success for you, and I hope that it won't be too long until you come back again to Northern Ireland to visit us once more.
Lovely.
Okay?
Yes,
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning. Good morning.
a very good morning from me. I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 9:30. Look forward to your company then. Bye.